everybody. This video has been a long time coming. It's been filmed ages ago and I haven't got around to editing it because with that many clips it was a bit daunting. Anyway, I finally got around to it. And this is the Goth set, coffin shaped Goth set, and it's WowBao powder I'm using for the first time. They're acrylic powder and I couldn't have picked two more difficult colours. Black and their gorgeous Gothic colour, which obviously inspired the idea for the nails. That, and I also wanted to have a go at the 3D flower because I'd made the rose for the Valentine one and it was too big, so I had to make a small one, so I thought I'd film it. And I'll try not to talk all the way through for, well, I suppose if people like to watch and not listen then you could mute it, but other than that I'll possibly run out of things to say at certain points, but I'll try and keep going where I can. Some of you like music on and some don't, so I'll try and do this one without. Now the Gothic and the black in this WowBao is the only one I've got, and I've used their monomer as well, which is a HEMA free, no MMA monomer, and it takes a long time to dry this combination of these two, so I had plenty of time to play with it, and probably that much time that I never stopped faffing. I could have spent less time faffing and done a little bit more filing and it would have made it quicker, but anyway, it's done now. And this is the first set I've done with a really dark acrylic. Plus, I think you have to get used to different acrylics. I'm getting much more used to the Neo Nails one, but I would love to try more of this WowBao because if I've got more time to play, then I'll probably be better at doing marbling or colour blocking and things like that. So I'm aiming to get this black in a similar shape to the end of the nail, so more or less a coffin shape at the end. So I'll go for so long doing this, and then I've got to go in with a hand file, and all these are done at twice speed because it worked out at just over an hour, and I thought that were a bit much even for anybody, so I've done it at twice speed. Really, I'm that slow at doing it, I don't suppose it makes that much difference. So I've only kept in little bits of filing just to show you the process and what step I'm going to next. But I had fun making these, and it took me hours. This video will be about half an hour long, but in this total it did take me, I think at least 3 hours to make it. So I'm sorry that some of this is out of shot, but this is just adding the Gothic onto the bottom of that nail. So I'll probably jump to the end of when this is finished, to be honest. Did take a while to set as well, I must admit. So professionals would want to go for a high-speed monomer, I suppose. And I love this bit when you start to file it. Look, I end up coming back in with some more black, I think, because but these tips, they have like a little lump on the back that's supposed to be a cuticle, and it annoys me to death. I don't know why I don't take them off. So I love it when this sort of French tip look starts to show when you're using your e-file. So satisfying. Come in, and there it is. I love that. Okay, so hand file and then a buff, because I want to get the shape right before I put any clear on top, I think. I think the thing is, the more experience you get, the more you know what to do, and you've planned your set. And so what I could have done is used black all the way across the nails, and then the Gothic all the way across the nails and stuff, so you're not swapping and changing about all the time. It's a little bit messy, I must say so. Right, I decided I wanted to keep the top black bit in matte, so I'm going to go back in with some top coat, but I've put this to just to make it easier. I've matted that bit first. And top coat over the Gothic. I just thought it might be nice to have a bit mix of some matte and some shiny top coat, because I don't want to top coat the flower. I will be making a 3D flower in this, and I've chosen some little snippets out of making it because that took me about an hour to make. So I've picked out little bits of it, but that's to come when I've done a bit more on the nails. I've got these little metal squares that came in the nail art set I got from Amazon. It was the little plastic pouch that had got 3 little wheels of different shapes in, so I decided to make a little cross out of these studs. I thought studs would suit well on these Gothic nails, and yeah. Let me know at the end which one's your favourite nail. So they took a lot of fiddling to make sure they stayed in a straight line, so I decided to just give them a quick set on the UV lamp, and I wanted to go all the way down the sides of those stones with some top coat, which I've not cured yet, and I'm now using them to put these on. They're fairly flat, so I didn't think they needed anything other than top coat to stick them on. Right, so I'm using a striping brush, and this isn't a very good one. It's one that came in a set, I think. I have ordered a new one to get a little bit more into painting design, but I've decided just to do a crisscross in the top coat on the mat. You know, a bit like a stocking, I suppose. Not sure I liked it in the end. I think I probably would have been happier if I just left all that matte, but there you go. I've done it, so that's that. Right, next one. Just using that and trying to put cuticles together to measure up the length. These are the WowBao Stiletto tips, and I've stuck it onto that nail using base coat and the lamp. Now I've had to pick one that's slightly wider than the nail because the nails are pretty flat and the tips are quite rounded, so to get it to stick I find it's better to put one on that's slightly bigger and then file down those wings that stick out. So if you're struggling to get your tips to fit, try and do them a bit bigger, or flatten them a little bit in your finger before you try and stick them on. So I'm just smoothing that edge a little bit. And take the shine off the tip. I don't know whether I need to do that, but I just did. And this is the nail that I'm going to put the 3D flower on, I believe. Yeah, so this is all Gothic. So I've saved you from the fighting with the first coat. I felt it was better as I'm practicing that as I've put some on, if it's getting really weirdly out of shape, then I'm better to get some shape back that I want before I keep piling more on top, if you see what I mean. You can keep putting it on and putting it on to try and get the shape right. But when I've filed it, I can identify better which areas I need to put more on, because once you go across and you've got that sort of buffed surface, you'll be able to see if you've got any big divot holes in it that need filling. It really shows them up then. So quite a few times now when I've done acrylics, I've done a little bit of a buff in between. So I've got a bit, well, it's like coming out on the left hand side there, so I wanted to get that down a bit. Because I can get some of that shape and apex back with clear on top anyway. Sometimes it's just easiest to take them off the hand. I don't find that these brown tips stay in that practice hand as well as the clear or the buff ones do. Something to do with the little ridges on the studs. So there is a link below, I'm pretty sure, for some of the clear tips that I bought anyway from Amazon. There you go. Can you see there it's identified that when I've got that shape back? Because if I had just kept putting more of this on top, it would have been absolutely massive on the sides. And I could have filed it and still ended up with the clear showing through, so. Whether I'm right or wrong, I don't know, but it's just practice. It's all about practicing. And I won't give in, you see. If something doesn't look right, I don't want to make do. I want to learn how to do it right. Then I can learn how to do it easier and quicker. Anything that you learn to do, you speed up, don't you, as you get to know it. Until it becomes second nature and you're not having to think about, you know, which liquid to use or how to pick your beads up. It's like muscle memory. You always go back into the pot in the same way and wipe your brush off in the same way. Like driving your car, to try and tell somebody what you're doing as you're doing it. You know, what to do next. You change gear, you do this. You're having to really think about it when you're learning. When you know what you're doing, it'll become more automatic. So I'll go for speed later. I love this colour though, don't you? It's gorgeous. There's quite a few videos coming up. I've just uploaded, you may have watched the glitters. So I've got some from Sparkle Supplies, and then I got some from eBay. So I've done those, they're up already. So the next videos that I've got to edit, I've got removing nails, doing my own nails with Builder Gel, and I've got some more purchases of acrylics, so there's some more swatches to come. I've treated myself to some Model 1s because I've never used them before. Some more Neo, and some Savaland. So I've already filmed the Neo and the Model 1s, and there's also some jelly polish I got from Model 1s. And I've got some Savaland sets, so I've still got to film those. Right, moving on to making this rose. They call it 4D UV gel. How it's 4D, I don't know. You know my arguments on that. So we're going to make a 3D flower, and I'm doing this the way I would have used icing sugar, modelling sugar when I was doing cakes. So I wanted to see if I could adopt the same method. Now the thing is, it's a little bit more sticky. So this is again is going to take a bit of practice. I'm using the silicone tool, and I've tried doing it on one of the foil backs to make the little round petals, but it tends to stick to your finger. When I did sugar, I used to be able to put corn flour on my fingers. I don't know whether there's anything I can do. Maybe vinyl gloves. Yeah. Maybe I'll wear some vinyl gloves next time and see if that's easier. Might not stick as much as it does to my finger. Anyway, I'm just making the tiniest little petals. I've made a little bud and attached it to the top of a dotting tool. Cured that for a little bit, and then I'm going into making these petals. And the petals are probably 3 or 4 millimeters across. But you'll see when I do this now that it started sticking to my finger, so I'm trying to peel it up without breaking it, and roll it round. That's it. So every time I put on 2 or 3 petals, I'm going to put it back in the lamp, but it sticks to itself better if it's not been cured. So I'm not curing it for long, I'm only doing it for about 10-15 seconds. Another petal, and just roll it on. Yes, it's fiddly, and you won't want to do them on every nail. You might not want to do them at all. It might be easier to buy some 3D flowers, little silk flowers or something, to stick them on, but this was a challenge. Now you can leave this rose as it is, or you can just keep building. As you keep building, you need to make your little patties, your little sort of circles of, I nearly said icing sugar. You need to make your little circles of the sculpting gel, the UV gel, in slightly bigger sizes for every row that you go around. And they look nice if you've got an odd amount of petals. So you put the first one on onto the little bud, and then your next one goes halfway across where the last one finished, and then goes round, and then you keep doing the same again. So it always overlaps half a petal and then goes round, and keep going in the same direction. So I find a little file on this one. So I've got the Dremel and the fine bit. Just want to smooth it down, and then I'll go back in with the buffer. Okay, so Nails Clear Deer Acrygel. So I'm just going to put a nice blob on there because I want it to sit in it and not sort of, I don't think top coat would be enough. So it's going to sit in this nicely, and then once I've made that into a nice little round ball, I can go over with top coat so that I then don't have to top coat after. You'd use this method if you were putting any big stones on, so top coat over. Oh, look at that colour. Gorgeous. I think that would go quite nicely with the Bewitched. That was somebody's favourite. Oh, I'm so sorry, I can't remember which one of you. Yeah, in the glitters haul, it would have looked lovely with that. That's it, hold tight, don't move. What would be handy here is one of the little UV torches, or one of the little UV lights that come out of the polygel sets. When it's on the practice hand, you can't put the whole hand in the lamp, so you've got to bring the lamp to it, and sometimes all the wires and... Anyway, as you can see there, what I've done is I've just made a little more, a leaf, a couple of leaves I think I made, and a little sausage out of that UV gel. Messed up the top coat. That's it. I think I messed up that top coat trying to put that second leaf on and decided against it. This is one of the eBay glitters. It's got a bit of a purpley hue and black and silver. So I'm going to do the whole nail in this glitter, and then on the little pinky I've done it to the same shape as the one with the cross, and I'm just going to put a little bit of glitter on the bottom of that one, just to tie it all in together. Now I think I possibly moved these nails around on the hand when I get to the end. I think I decide they want to be in a different order, which you can't do if you've done them on your own hand, can you? So do decide what order you want them in first. I can see that picture seems to be jumping a little bit and I don't know why. I hope it's not unbearable for you, but I don't want to go back into editing stage now I've got to the voiceover stage, so forgive me. Technical difficulties as well as nail difficulties. It was doing this set that made me want to make my own nails long. I'd actually done these before I did the stilettos with the Savaland blue and the Pandora glitter. Yeah, so I've done these a long time before that. I mean, to be honest, you only have to look at my own fingers and see what stage I was at. There we are, that satisfying bit again. Lovely. I think I've learned by this stage that when I'm doing the clear over the top to do a more liquid bead, so I can spread it down without having a massive lump of it to move around. But this is the Neo Nails clear. I've not got any WowBao clear. So if you're still with me at this stage, thank you so much for watching the entire video. It's really appreciated. And don't forget, this is a journey of learning, and keep going, keep trying. If you don't succeed, have another go. Get yourself a practice hand or get yourself some tips to practice on. And I've learned a lot from it, and I hope you have, or at least picked up something that you can use yourself. So if you want to watch some more videos and see what's coming up, don't forget to subscribe, press the bell and press all, and then you'll see us uploading. As I said, there's about six or seven already in the pipeline. That's just a case of getting around to editing it. Let me know which is your favourite. And thanks again. Great friends. Love you loads. Bye.